There's no special intro. There's just me. Me and my low energy game tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Mournable Gaming. This is the one night of this week that I'm going to be streaming. I am trying to keep it pretty low energy, nice and chill. We're just relaxing with some low pressure Factorio, where I'm just plinking away at it. I'm not really doing anything. Background of the world is I've got like maybe 3 hours already invested into the world. It's not that much compared to some of my other saves that I've had before. It's just for Factorio 2.0, not the Space Age or anything like that. It's just still base game. Biters are turned off because low energy. And it's a real world preset, so the mining patches are very far apart. But they're also very dense. That's just how I like it. I like making train bases, so let's get into it. So as you can see, I've already done a little bit of work here, not a huge amount. I've got full belt of iron, full belt of copper, and then a fifth of a belt of steel, I think that is. Anyways, I've got the basic bitch oil processing. I've got flamethrowers, fuel not because of biters, but because fuck trees, and I would rather burn it down than blow it up. There's my oil patch because it was the only one that was big enough for it to be worth going after. So I just put down red circuits here, and I'm working on putting together this blue science setup. Yes, this is shamelessly stolen from Nilaus. I just make adjustments here and there according to the needs at the time. I run out of red inserters. Looks like I'm not getting any copper. Let's find out what that's about. Did my copper belt run? Copper lines run out? Oh, they did. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that. Do I have 9 miners? I'm gonna just go ahead and put this up. Get this out of the way. Love this patch planner because I'm lazy. Big rock to get out of the way. Not rocks, okay. You yellow belts, we want you discharging to the right. Do with that like that. Perfect. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Balance your boat, thank you. 4 to 1. Of course it's gonna look like that. I think about some of this stuff sometimes, like if you're worrying about how to balance your belts, you're doing it wrong. I mean, if you like doing it, if you like building your own belt balancers, go right ahead, but I don't have the time or energy to do stuff like that myself. I was hoping to avoid something this large scale until I had bots, but I haven't gotten the bots going yet. Said there are certain choice builds that I have stolen from Nilaus. And I'm not ashamed to admit it, because he does make some very, very nice blueprints. Very pleased with it. The only thing that I didn't technically steal from him, I just developed it alongside him, is my green circuits. Looks almost, it's like, it's the exact freaking same as his after had been looking at it for a little while, except I literally developed this before I ever discovered Nilaus, and then I saw his and I was like, huh, well, that's really cool. I'm glad that I figured something out that somebody who invests like days of his energy into developing really powerful builds develops himself. You're going to see little objects here and there scattered throughout, little items here and there scattered throughout, because I've been playing a lot of Foundry recently, and in Factorio, you hit Q to deselect. In Foundry, you hit Z to deselect, and if I'm holding something in my hand... Oh, there it is. See? Yep. Drop it on the floor. So, back to putting this... Trying to get a basic starter base going before I start getting the actual train base going. I went down there for more miners. I don't actually like starting to put the train base together until I have bots. Alright, cool. The video is feeding. See? Grab more. Losing my mind here. Set down. Take care of this big old rock. Hopper going again. Back to getting our blue science so that we can get that bots start. First, we're gonna get the advanced oil processing going. Just sucking power. So I do, like I said, I want to get bots going. Got the oh, that's residual. I increased the amount of green science I was doing. Basically, the starter base for me is just a mall. Just a mall and the science up to a certain point. I don't do beyond blue science until I have a proper train. God damn it. Ran out of red inserters. Don't start building my real base until I've got bots and trains and stuff. And solar panels. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired of it. I don't have a whole lot of energy right now. It's a hell week. By hell week, I mean I am on call 4 out of the 7 nights this week. This going. And again, I did shamelessly steal this blueprint from Nilaus. I will sing his praises. He is very informative. I really like his explanations on certain things, on how certain things work. Haven't watched him in a long time because he started started getting into games, like really into games that I just was not interested in. He did one on Dyson Sphere Program, and I didn't really agree with his take on stuff in regards to Dyson Sphere Program. But he's still really good at putting together blueprints that just work and work very effectively and very well. So that's how I feel about it. So if you're looking to get a really good idea on how a factory game works, he's gonna be able to explain it pretty well. Like his stuff. All right, so that needs red. That needs sulfur. I forgot to put. This is something I forget about him. He likes to put sulfur on the bus, and I don't. Mainly because sulfur is used for making sulfuric acid and explosives and science. Those are the only three things that sulfur is made for. So I'm not going to put something like that on the bus. I'm going to make that on the spot. So we'll plug everything else in. Iron, steel, cut you. Not up there. Put sulfur on the other side because it's only going to be made for this for sulfuric acid in batteries. No, sulfuric acid is what's used in batteries. Sulfuric acid, blue science, and then I'm not going to need explosives because I turn off cliffs. I hate cliffs. I don't like them. I don't want them to exist, and so I turn them off. Like to have cliffs for the extra challenge of a cliff that makes no sense in where it's at, you go right ahead. But I don't like cliffs, so I don't put them in. Let's see here. Down. You. Did I not finish attaching? I did not finish attaching my smelters. I feel like that's what I did. So we're going to come back up here, and we're going to make sure that's actually plugged in right. And we're going to grab belts, because we're almost out of belts. I'm glad I looked at that before I got all the way up there. Again, I'm pretty low energy. Not interested in anything stressful. I don't feel like thinking a whole heck of a lot. I'm just going to plug things in to a certain degree. Come down a little bit. Only working in straight lines with these, it doesn't matter. It uses the same number of belts no matter what, and it just looks funky. We have these guys. How's our power? Our power is fine. Oh, goodness. Some time to sulfur. All right, sulfur goes in sulfur, water and petroleum, and they're both on the bus. We're gonna come straight across from the blue. Drop some of these trees down. Fix that later. Right about here. So we don't need a whole lot of these. We're going to put down one sulfur. It needs water and petroleum. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of stuff on my freaking bar right now. Don't really care that much. Dinger dinged. Let's see what that is. Oh, just an email that I'm not gonna. Okay. I hope my mic is coming. It is? Okay, cool. Paranoid about that sometimes. Alright. 2 per second. Put in... 3. I'm gonna come over and fix this. Because I do want the space, because there is a very... There's not a small chance that I'll end up running a second belt of resources if it's needed. Or it's just convenient to do it that way. I'm likely not going to run a second belt of the reds. There. We just gotta bring... oil down. Producing everything we need. You... Boom. And then power. There we go. That should be enough for our science. What are you? You are red circuits. I didn't bring the... It's over far enough. Whatever. This is fine. And we're out of undergrounders. Let's go fix that. Actually pick up? What's wrong with my brain? I went and grabbed belts, not undergrounders. So one of my goals with this playthrough is to try and make things as clean and neat as I can with how everything is set up. Like, things lined up and all that jazz. Trying my best make sure it's clean and organized and not just all over the place. I usually try to make things clean and organized, and then they just end up being all over the place. They just end up being all over the place, and try not to do that this time. I'm not going to make any new blueprints this time around with my rails, because I think I've finally, for the most part, got my rail blueprints pretty much where I want them to be. I don't think I'm ever going to try and do that again, because I just don't see why. Do I not have copper still? What did I fail to do? Did I not connect it on the other side? Power. Ah. Yeah, I didn't connect it on the output. Go. Copper, no. Down. Alright, so there's reds. This should be iron, yes. Just siphon off iron there. That should be steel. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that too much. That I need this engine. Yeah. So good. Engines are down. Pipes. Oh. Oops. Go. There's some sets of engines. First thing, the blue side's going. And I'm going to put one more stack on that, probably. No, I'm probably not going to expand this any further because this setup right here, plus the green circuits, that takes half of a belt by itself. Half a belt of copper by itself. So we're not going to expand our red circuits any further than that. Okay. So that is going. There's our only water... Oh, I lied. There's a water source up there. So we can pretty much... There you are. Okay. Just making sure I'm tracking these right. So I've got this pretty much centered where I need it to be centered. Put starting rail right here. And we're going to get a copy of that. Get rid of the concrete. Save for now. Alright, so we've got that. Okay, copy for you. you, save. Copy you, here. You, save. So there's our 3 rail sections. See, look, by Nilaus. I also took his oil refining, but I don't think I'm going to use this anymore because I find it's just too... requires too much cleanup afterwards. Did he also create this one? Yeah, he also created this one. His hallmarks all over it. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete that. That's mine. That's mine. These are mine. Don't remember if this is mine or not, but I'm gonna keep it. Just get rid of you. I hate coal liquefaction. I don't remember where I got that blueprint, if I made it or not. Keeping that. That's mine. These are all from my previous save. They're flawed. They need work. That I'm going to hold on to. This is mine, and that's mine. This is not mine. I am never going to put a freaking reactor together on my own, ever. I hate trying to figure that shit out. Our oil processing is almost done. Copper is a bit anemic. Quite a bit of it is being eaten by the green circuits because it's just got to catch up. Looks like it just about has. That side, we're just gonna let that run. There it is. Okay. So, time to come up and fix this. Get this going. Oil refining. We're gonna wait until that's finished researching real quick. Then we'll start plugging this in. I don't need a bigger oil setup here. What I've got. Not going to, at least. Or, however, we're gonna go ahead and start working on getting sulfuric acid, batteries, and solar panels running. Batteries, solar panels, and bots running is the end of this bus. And then everything else is going to be funneled into the train base. Establish. Or at least start establishing. We might get to that point. I don't know. We'll see how I feel in... whenever I feel like I'm done. Let's see. So... brain. Let's go get that researched a lot faster than I was expecting it to. Not gonna lie. Research is flying right now. Batteries and then flying robot frames. Where are you? There you are. NQU. NQU. And then NQU. And U. Because the bots aren't even worth using until they have at least that +1 speed. For the +2, but I'm not worried about it. So you down. Got the pipes, or some of the pipes that I need. That. And there's you. Oops, missed one. Missed another one. Oh, two more. More. Don't actually need that. Now, could I set all this up without a blueprint? Yes. I've done it before. Very similar setup. At least. Do I feel like dealing with that right now? No, not really. I just want to plug away at something. Like the last 5 runs that I did everything from scratch. And I just don't feel like investing that much energy into this right now. So yeah, I'm going to use something that works and works well and is proven to work very well forever. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm also really bad at putting together spaghetti that works. I always like to be spread out. It's one of the reasons why I don't really do Death World runs. You gotta be able to squeeze a functional base into a small footprint until you get your military science up to snuff. That looks like everything except for these tanks. Now we can plug in the water. Go. Lubricant being made. Of course, there is a good chance that we're not using nearly as much of this petroleum as we should be. And I will be remedying that with a solid fuel build once we've got the trains set up and going. Because I prefer to use solid fuel to coal before it comes to anything. And we're getting a little anemic on the iron because I do have a solid belt of iron coming in. It's okay. It'll be fine. research. Let's look at our research real quick. Oh, I want you and you and you. Actually, no, I don't need you. That's the special stuff. It pulls out the decider combinator. I won't need that until later. Let's see. You're already on the queue. You're already queued. We'll queue you. Let's get the sulfuric acid going. Need that for batteries, and then we need batteries for accumulators, and then we can build our solar factory. So I'm gonna try and do solar this run. I like nuclear. It just takes a while to get set up. Solar is. I'd rather have solar than coal or solid fuel being used. Last play I did nothing but steam boilers until I had nuke set up. Simply because I was lazy and I didn't feel like resetting up the accumulators and solar farm after I transitioned to the train. Let's see here. We want sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, where are you? There you are. Sulfur, iron plate, water. We're going to come over here. I believe just do this. There. Should be enough sulfur for a small amount of sulfuric acid. You in. Let's carry you through. Sulfuric acid. There. Somehow. Go. Should be enough for a battery setup. Just need iron brought over. Got plenty of resources for the some research that we need. Air. Right, sulfur. And we're producing sulfuric acid. It's like we don't have enough sulfur being used for all of these guys. So did I run out of undergrounders? I did. Set. But it's fine. Just how that works out. Didn't feel like fixing it. That works. Okay, batteries. Goes into making batteries. Batteries needs sulfuric acid, 1 copper, 1 iron plate. Copper, 1 iron. You. Iron here. Here. Come on, belt. Carrying me away. That. Chemical plants really quick. We need a lot of batteries. Where did I put them? Up here. You. Thank you. Have room there? We don't. Batteries. Copper. Iron. Batteries go out the side. You. Undergrounders. Right. I ran out of those. Our iron is looking real in here. Let's take a look. We've got almost a full belt of iron. Maybe a touch short of a full belt, so it's fine. Just got a lot of research going on right now, that's all. Pipes. Thank you. Should be good for now. Okay. You. And there. That should be enough batteries for us to do what we're trying to do. Powered. That. And then we just need the sulfuric acid copper. You go. There's the rest of our copper and iron being sucked up. Batteries. 6, 10. Here we go. God. Well, that was dumb of me. Let's go ahead and fix that. There. That's what I was intending to do. Here's batteries coming over. There, that's the right button I was looking for. So we need accumulators, need batteries and plates, iron plates, and those need copper, 5 steel plate, and 15 electronic circuit. So we have our batteries being produced here. Put our accumulators right here. Okay, so there you are. Accumulators. Needs 5 batteries, 2 iron plate. We're going to split the iron and the copper here. Output priority, right. Copper. one way, copper goes the other. Iron's going to come down. Double stack that. And then we're going to use the copper for the... Did we run entirely out of iron somehow? I find this hard to believe. What's going on? Oh. Well, damn. Okay. How many is this? 22? Oh, I see what happened. There we go. Yeah, a few of my miners over here are grabbing coal. I should do. Actually, this. Just do that. Then that coal will get siphoned out properly. Here we go. That's better. Not perfect, but better. We're gonna have to get an iron mine up and running on a train soon. Relatively speaking. So we're going to grab two, 6. Accumulators. Iron box. There. Okay. Up. Iron hasn't trickled all the way down yet. These things are catching up. Probably going to cut our science. We're going to cut our science there for a little bit. We need solar panels, copper plate, and electronic circuits. Yeah. Steel. Steel over, that should be enough, and then a full belt of the circuits coming over. Six solar panels, please. Thank you. That reminds me, I need the for a good solar setup. I need certain things. So we're going to do you next, actually. We're going to cut you. Cut you for now, because we need those sooner rather than later. Six. Reds. Circuits. There we go. What waifus? I don't do anything with waifus. You're talking to the wrong person. You need to talk to Worms for that. He's the one who does that kind of stuff. I'm not the degenerate here. He is. I'm just the nerd. Oh, I'm not worried about being cool though. That's the sad part. Oh, besides, there's not really a whole lot of room for waifus in this game. Unless you're into bugs. Because if we wanted bugs, we could have a lot of bugs. Thick elf women. You know, I'm not gonna deny that thick elf women are delectable to behold. But I don't really go in for that kind of stuff. Probably drag Worms on in here so he can start going on about thick elf waifus. Or Z. Z likes the thick elf women a lot too. Whether he will admit it or not. So, we have our solar going. Our building, at least. He is a man of a certain culture. So is Z. I am an uncultured swine, however, hence the name. It's just not getting enough iron in. Do I have room over here for another iron line? Could put it right here. That's done, and then we'll prioritize the spot speed 2. I think I've got enough. Got enough. Let's see what's going on. Damn. These are gonna get probably a couple of. Now you're starting to talk more my speed. Something very nice about a buxom, tusked woman. Just gets the loins going, you know? Anything left? I'm going to need a box. Go up. Here. As long as they're not the tiny green women. Not really a big goblin fan. You. Not quite. You up there. Cut you off. Perfect. Okay. Pick our stuff here back up. Nothing in there I need. You. Dwarves are, yeah. I can fully understand and appreciate that sentiment. I'm not a big fan of bearded dwarf women either. Now, the beardless ones, they can be rather interesting. Get the spots. I don't have any wooden power poles anymore. those interactions. Any more regular smelters, do I? Okay, I have a lot of stone right here. Seven, 48. Taller and stronger. I don't know, dwarf women are pretty darn strong. But I don't blame you for the taller aspect. I mean, I just like women. As long as they're not bearded. Or 2 feet tall. The logistics of 2 feet tall women just doesn't work out very well. And I'm out of yellow inserters. That's okay. I got a bunch more. Hopefully. There they are. Alright, the ad's over. Tuesday nights are my solo nights. And I looked at some of the things coming out about the Mastercrafted of the Space Marine. I'm not keen on getting it just yet. Don't get me wrong, I loved Space Marine, and I'm looking forward to it, but with all the complaints about its bugging and it's not working very well on even 5080 systems, I'm a little hesitant to mess with that one yet. Besides, with how much on-call I have this week, like 4 out of 7 days this week I'm on call, I'm not looking to do things that puts a little bit too much strain on my hands, you know, and work is what makes my family not starve or be, you know, homeless. So I'll be that square. That, and we can figure that here. Perfect. You. I do. I'm fixing air conditioners all day right now. And with the on-call, it's going to be all night in a couple of... Tomorrow I'm on call, and tomorrow's going to be the hottest day of the week. The second hottest, at least. I think Thursday's supposed to be warmer. I'll be working probably late tomorrow night. Surprised if I got home before 2300. I mean, I like what I do. It just sucks when it requires me to dedicate a lot more time to it than I would like. Alright, let's see. A little over 30, so that should be a full belt. One. Trucks. Ah, okay. Music occasion. When I'm driving between calls from one customer's house to another, I'll listen to stuff on YouTube. I want to start listening to more audiobooks personally. That would be nice. Yeah, we don't really have room in the budget for more subscriptions. Out of yellow belts. Input priority, we're going to do right. Okay, cool. I actually haven't read a lot of the Warhammer books in a while, to be honest with you. I have some of them on my Kindle. Injection of iron should be very helpful. Boom. Now. research-wise, we need to start researching our personal equipment grid. Oh, it's been a long time since I've read any of the Alien books. Hey. Used to read a lot back in the day. Mostly science fiction and whatnot. Not very. We need reds. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get these building. Steel plate, gears, and red circuits. Red circuits, red circuits. And then that's a whole other shebang. The originally Alien 3 script as an audiobook over there. Oh yeah, no, that's the book that I read of the Alien 3 script. I don't remember the differences between the movie and the book, but I remember reading it. I don't think I watched the movie until after I read the book, if I'm being honest. I'd seen snippets here and there. But I don't think I watched the movie from start to finish until after I read the book. Want this stuff. You. Lot. Okay. So, there. This way. That. Not going to be using any more iron plate down past this point, so steel will come in. You. Same thing with the reds. Down. There. Done a lot of research on that. We will not uranium mining. There you are. We will resume you. Just here. Because we don't want to take red circuits unless we need them. We'll control it with that. Need more of these regular power poles. Okay. That's actually really neat. I might have to look into that. A lot of my day is spent in dead silence unless I've got something going on my earbuds. I tend to listen to a lot of my political commentary and codcasts while I'm at work, simply because it fills the time and it keeps me at least a little bit up to speed. Go. So that's being made. This. Chests. Do one. Split you off this way. You. It's. You. I never set you up. Enable, disable if you are greater than. Let's go with 20. Oh, that's a 9. I haven't been listening to the LA stuff. I actually had Shadow with me today. Apprentice. So I ended up just figuring out what he was wearing. It was the first time he ever rode with me, so I needed to figure out what he knew and what he didn't know and try to reinforce certain things with him. Come on. Set you. Set you. Ah. That's what's going on. So we've got those set up. And then these need copper cable, steel plate, and circuits. Yes. Yes. What are you guys missing? You're missing plastic. Why are you missing plastic? What's going on with that? Why is all my petroleum gone? Let's go figure that out really quick. Output is full of what? Light oil. Oh, I see what happened. Forgot to plug the far side in. There we go. Yeah, I mean, so most of the guys that I work with, I can talk politics with. We're pretty much on the same page. It's some of the office staff that I have to be careful with. But when it comes to the trade industry, you know, like HVAC, plumbing, electricians, you tend to filter out the words. You tend to filter out the people who aren't really going to mesh well with attitudes and perspectives. All pretty red-blooded trades. Now plastic is flowing again. Should get our reds going again. Now there are going to be some exceptions. Like the really large companies that have a more corporate structure to them. Like HM Bowman is an example of that. They have a very large corporate structure. They're going to have a lot more of the office, the white-collar types working with them. Tend to have a lot more administrative staff. Yeah, avoiding secretaries are a good thing to be avoiding. But even with them, you know, my mother-in-law works in property management in a very large building, and she doesn't want to admit it, but she is very, very red-leaning. Very red-leaning. Plastic is starting to flow in. Wonder, do I have... Probably increase the amount of plastic that's flowing there. I don't seem to have very much going. Let's see if we can expand that a little bit. Now that I've got a set up. I am. Hell. I'm disenchanted with politics. I hope things might change this time, but I'm mistaken. I can understand your perspective and your disappointment. I was not expecting anything to change. I held the possibility. I left things open in my mind for the possibility of things changing a little bit. But I had a strong feeling that they wouldn't really change that much, if at all. And I was not really that mistaken. Because it's not... There's a very large amount of change that would need to take place, and it's going to take a long time for that change to actually take root and stay that way. interested. Yeah. You're right, we don't. I was never expecting to get the list in the first place. I truly wasn't. I was not expecting anything to happen with the list. Let me go ahead and get... Yeah, both sides are on it. That. Oh, links in the chat. Yes. Yeah, there's too many fingers in that pie. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's gonna be it's got to start with a generational change. You know, the only way we're gonna be able to make any real meaningful change, in my opinion, is to somehow establish term limits in Congress. But I don't see that happening. Really don't. Yep. I really don't ever see term limits coming to Congress or the House. But I could be mistaken. Does the House have term limits? I don't remember. But yeah, Congress is never going to vote for term limits. That's going to have to be something foisted upon them. Kicking and screaming. So yeah, we're probably not going to see a whole lot of change. If any. Hopper should not be this strained. Be able to feed this with a full belt. Oh, whatever. We're gonna let this last research go, and then we're gonna be able to start. I don't know. I wouldn't want that personally. But I've married happily. Have my son that I gotta look after. While I'm not terribly happy with the politics, the way politics are going with the country, I know that I wouldn't want to go there with you. No, you go there on your own. Going to that kind of situation, though, that's what I was talking about. What I was trying to say, however, is that I would not want to leave this reality for an alternate reality, regardless if it was full of hot, buxom women. Of course, I say that, and then my wife might go, well, I want to go to that reality. All working. My bread production a little bit. Ooh, our power died. What happened with our power? What's going on with our power? That's what's going on. Okay. We're extended. Our production's fine. Not producing enough coal. Okay. That's fixed. Alright, coal patches. Nothing around. Okay. Let's get ourselves some solar going. I do have life insurance, but not enough life insurance to cover that, and my wife is disabled, so... My just two. Okay. I mean, they'll be fine and all, probably. They'd figure something out. So far, Space Marine ain't crashing out. That's good. This up so I can get solar. Blueprint. Say there. 3. Stuff that we need for that. You snack. I'm gonna come over here. How about these guys? Cards on here make me miss the mids. Why is that? Okay. Honestly, the last time I played Space Marine 1 was back in 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. So I don't really remember just very much about the game beyond its basic plot. Okay. I thought about getting 1 on Steam before 2 came out. I never did. That's working well. And there. Life before bots. Yes, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And my starter patch of coal can't support another Steam stack. In fact, it can't even support the current Steam stack at the moment. I outgrew my power. I was in the process of getting the bot started. Where I made more of those. Oh, that's what's going on. There we go. was getting ready to automate the substations, and then my power died. I was like, what's going on with my power? Walk up and there's a trickle of coal getting to it. Oh, well that's why. I'm just consuming too much coal. And I can't consume less. I've only done it once or twice, but I went with the seed. I went full random and didn't really look at the size of my starting patch. So I can't even put down, I can't even connect to a robo network because I haven't even built any bots yet. Thought my coal production was enough to get me through to bots, because after the substation, that was going to be my next thing, was making bots. Because obviously I have these automated. Just in the process of beefing up my red circuits so that I could do bots a little bit more easily. I've got oil. I could do a solid fuel. Yeah, but this was honestly just as a stopgap for now. Get at least a little bit of solid fuel going. What I'm gonna go do now. I just want to get those 2 fields up. Boost during the day. Therein lies the problem. Not even producing enough. So we're going to start making some cuts. They're all running. I have enough power. Okay, so we're going to cut off plastic. There we go. Alright. That run. Feel dumb. Did it again. That should stop gap us for a little bit. And that should also give us the space. There. Let's see. Should have been just a little bit faster getting the bots put. All right, bud. I'll see you next time. I don't know what they're going to be doing tomorrow night, but Worms, Z, and Llama should be around. Have a good night. Enjoy Space Marine Mastercrafted. Going for now. Bots going. Too much steam, I can't see. have swore. Oh. Is any of them? Missed one. Okay. That's better. Pick these up. Put them away. Help out a little bit. Reconnect. Oh. Okay, bots. After putting this solar stuff away. Being built. So need these guys. We need flying robot frames, which need electric motors, which need engine units, and lubricant. I've got lubricant already being made. Just gotta pipe it over. Engine units. We're going to steal that. Thinking. Stack. There. First. I ran out of belts. Damn it all. Oh, need the robot network up so I can start just replenishing that shit. That's what we're working on now. Ignore the red circuits. This way. electric motors, green circuits, and made at the moment. Steel off of you. Forward. Motor. Run up this way. Not terribly worried about the aesthetics of it. Oh. Go. Okay. Going that far. Batteries. God, I needed batteries. Yeah. Or my upgrades. Did I ran out of undergrounders now too. Damn it. All right. You. And then you. There you are. circuits, batteries, steel. This. Split. That there. Green circuits that are coming through. Yes. Okay. Alright, I really spaghettified that. So, grab from you. So you're going to filter those. Life before bots. Gotta run all the way back. More red inserters. I only need one more. Walked right by him. Just need one more red inserter. Done. That bit. Applied. I have to get the engine units in here. Alright. There's that. And then you. There's that. there. You. Logistic spots, where are they? There you are. Start that research, and then that'll be logistic spots. Substation. Okay. All right. Let's do the lubricant, or redo the lubricant at least. Go. Got some construction robots being made. See where. What are you missing? You're missing green circuits. Don't use it. There we go. All right. What are you missing? You're missing the steel. There. Now they're all running. Okay. I have robots. I have robots being built. I have achieved tonight's goal. Getting robots being built. At least construction bots. I will have logistics bots being made shortly. And then we can all completely switch over to solar gradually. So, that's nice. Oh, that being said, though, it is late. I have been going for about 2.5 hours now. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And I will see you all next week. Tomorrow night, Worms, Llama, and Z will be here playing something. I don't know what they've got planned for tomorrow night, but those three should be here. I will not, because I will be on call and I will be probably out working late because of it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see y'all next week.